Lost and Found by Bill Harley. "Where's your hat?" Mom asked. "I don't know," I said. "It was my favorite hat, blue and white with orange stars all the way around. I used to have a fuzzy red ball on top, but it fell off." "Your grandmother made you that hat." "I know," I said. "What'll we tell her when she comes to visit this weekend?" "I don't know." "The minute you get to school tomorrow, go look in the Lost and Found." "Okay," I said. But the next morning I didn't go to the Lost and Found. I decided to find the hat myself. So at recess I looked by the basketball hoop and under the slide and behind the baseball backstop. I asked Devon if he had seen it. "It's blue and white with orange stars all the way around," I told him. "Nope," he said. "Did you look in the Lost and Found?" I made a face. "I know," Devon said. "I lost my baseball jacket last month, but I was too afraid to go see Mr. Rumkowski." "Can't you just get another hat?" asked Jessica. I shook my head. "Gran made that one for me, and I have to find it, even if it means asking Mr. Rumkowski." "Uh-oh," they said. At recess I looked in my desk for my hat, and under the hamster cage and behind the bookshelves. I asked Tamara if she had seen it. "No," she said. "Did you ask Mr. Rumkowski?" I made a face. "I know," said Tamara. "I lost my sparkly purple scarf last month, but I was too afraid to ask." "I have lots of hats," Jimmy said. "You can have one of mine." "Thanks," I said, "but I have to find it, even if it means asking Mr. Rumkowski." "Uh-oh," they both said. The next day my friends asked me if I had found my hat. "No," I said. "I've looked everywhere. There's only one thing left to do. Go to the Lost and Found." "But that means talking to Mr. Rumkowski," said Jimmy. "Uh-oh," said the others. "I know," I gulped. "He's really old. He's so old he was the custodian when my mom went to this school." "Yeah," said Jessica, "and he's always frowning and grumbling, and his office is way down at the end of that scary hallway behind the cafeteria." When I finished my lunch, everyone wished me good luck. I took a deep breath and went down the dark hall and knocked on Mr. Rumkowski's door. "What do you want?" a grumbly voice asked. I lost something," I said. "Well, come in then." I slowly opened the door and peeked in. The office was filled with mops and buckets and cans of that powdery stuff that Mr. Rumkowski spreads on the floor when someone throws up. "What are you looking for?" said the voice. My blue and white hat with orange stars all around. It had a fuzzy red ball on top, but it fell off." "What's so important about it?" he growled. My grandmother made it," I said. Mr. Rumkowski scratched his head. "I think I remember seeing a hat like that. Follow me." That's when I saw the enormous box. "I'll get a ladder," he said. I peered down into the box and picked through the things on the top. I didn't see my hat, but I saw Devon's baseball jacket and Tamara's sparkly purple scarf. When lunch period was over, I grabbed the jacket and the scarf and I climbed back down the ladder. "I didn't find it," I told Mr. Rumkowski, "but I'll take these things to my friends." "Come back any time and look again," he said. Devon was happy to get his jacket back, and Tamara put on her scarf and twirled around and around. Jimmy and Jessica and a kid I didn't even know asked me to look for something for them next time I went to Mr. Rumkowski's office. "Did you find your hat?" Mom asked after supper that night. "Not yet," I said. "You must learn to take better care of your things, Justin. You're going to have to spend an awful lot of time looking for that hat." I didn't say anything. I knew that already. The next day I went back to Mr. Rumkowski. He dragged the ladder out again, and I climbed into that box, and I dug down deeper, and I found all sorts of weird stuff, but no hat. "You can have those things you pulled out of the box," said Mr. Rumkowski. "Nobody wants them now." "Thanks," I said. "I'll see you tomorrow." My friends went crazy over all the stuff that I had found. I went back and looked through more stuff. The things I found were getting weirder and weirder, but still no hat. On Friday, my mom dropped me off at school early. "This afternoon, when I pick you up, I'll have your grandmother with me." I didn't say anything. I knew that already. I went straight to Mr. Rumkowski's office. "Keep digging," he said. It seemed like he wanted me to find the hat as much as I did. But I was about ready to give up. Everything I was finding was really old. Finally, I got to the bottom of the box. "Do you see it?" Mr. Rumkowski called down. "It's not here," I said, "just this dumb old pink sweater." He said. "Try looking under it." I lifted it up. "My hat!" I yelled. "Blue and white with red stars all the way around." Mr. Rumkowski helped me out of the box. "Are you sure it's yours?" "It's mine, all right," I said, and then I noticed that it had a fuzzy red ball on top, just like the one that had fallen off my hat. I turned it inside out, and the tag said, "Sally." "Wait, that's my mom's name," I said. "This must have been her hat when she was a kid." Mr. Rumkowski actually smiled. "Come back any time," he said. I put the hat on and went to class, and I wore it all day. When Mom picked me up, my grandmother gave me a big hug. "I see you're wearing your hat," she said. "Yes," I hugged her back. "I made your mother a hat exactly like that when she was a little girl," Gran told me. "I know," I said. My mom had a funny look on her face. I grinned but didn't say anything. Gran looked at my mom and then at me. "I wonder whatever happened to the hat I made for your mother." "Maybe you should ask Mr. Rumkowski," I said. "Rumkowski," Gran said. "Is he still at that school?" "Your mother was always afraid of him, but he's a really nice man." I nodded. I knew that already. The